Okay, so today I wanted to answer the age-old question. I wanted to know if you can beat Minecraft while addicted to heroin. So I don't want to waste any time today, let's get right into the Let's Play. I survived 100 days in Minecraft while addicted to heroin. Alright, so I start off my adventure with what any good Minecraft Let's Play starts off with. I punch some trees and I build my dirt hut to survive the night. This will be crucial as it protects me from the outside world during the night. On day 2, I begin searching and I find a city, so I go to explore. I enter an apartment building and spot another person. This is great. I talk to them and they tell me the plug is upstairs. I'm not really sure what that means, but okay. I go upstairs and into this dark, shady room to find the plug. I check his trades and it turns out, bingo, he sells heroin. This could potentially be a run saver. I find some emeralds nearby and purchase the opioid juice. Day 3 is crucial. I need to find some iron tools so I can begin gathering materials to construct my house. First, I planned the layout of the house I want to build by digging some paths into the grass. Next, I go to a nearby cave to find some iron. There isn't any iron right at the foot of the cave, and I got bored, so I decided to go home and smoke some heroin instead. Day 3 didn't really pan out as expected, so I decided to change up my strategy a little bit. Instead of finding iron, I used my wooden tools to gather wood and begin building my house. However, the wooden tools are so slow and gathering wood is boring, so I decided to go back home and I smoked more heroin. On day 5, I finally run out of heroin. I don't find any emeralds anywhere because I lost my job, so I need to find out how to get some heroin fast because I'm having withdrawals. First, I go mining for iron again. This time, it isn't boring because I'm thinking about how much heroin I'm going to be able to buy. I find some iron and I begin smelting it. This takes a while, so I decide to smoke on the vent cart while I wait. On day 6, the withdrawals start getting pretty intense. I can't find any emeralds, and I'm miserable. I journey back to the plug to see if I can obtain some heroin through other means. It turns out I can trade my iron pickaxe for some heroin. Yes. Finally, it's day 7. 1 week in Minecraft, addicted to heroin. We are on record pace for the speedrun. I go back home and I smoke more heroin. At about this point in the playthrough though, I realize there's going to be a problem with the run. My husband is starting to notice something different about me. He's crazy, he doesn't know what he's talking about, but I'm also not addicted, so I have nothing to worry about, even if he discovers my therapeutic use of drugs. However, he's always being dramatic, meaning I'm gonna have to do something fast anyways. I need to think. So I go and buy more heroin using some emeralds I stole from my husband's shulker box. On day 8, I realize yet another problem with the run. I'm tired of living off of eating rotten flesh all the time. I think it's finally time to start a farm. I begin digging out some trenches for water, and then I sow the soil into rows to plant seeds. After a long, long day of work, I decide to kick back and enjoy some more heroin. Look at that farm. Doesn't that just look amazing? I'm still awake from withdrawals on day 9, and it's about 4:13 a.m. I arrive at the city with nothing to trade for heroin. But the plug says I have to pay, so I need to find a solution quick. This could be a run ender. I combine my intelligence, cunning, genius, and 47 chromosomes to cobble together a genius plan. I am going to get a job. I walk down the street to Crack Donald's, and I find the manager, so I can ask him if I can interview for the job. He says yes, luckily. During the interview, I'm thrown out for being high on heroin. That's right. Luckily for the run, I found some heroin on the ground. I also head for Kentucky Fent Chicken, but instead of giving me an interview, they attempt to cannibalize me. This is not good. If I suffer from withdrawals, this could ruin the entire speedrun by putting me in intense pain, causing anxiety and other symptoms that show on the screen right now. I make the tough decision to go back to the plug and barter. Lucky for me, the plug has a secret run-saving trade. I can trade my wedding ring for some heroin. We are back in business, baby. It's still 11:15 a.m., so I use this time to find an apartment since I don't really feel like living in that dirt hut, nor do I feel like building a house, because that would be too boring. My only interest and objective at this point in the speedrun is to do as much heroin as possible without overdosing. Luckily, I find an abandoned apartment complex that doesn't ask for rent. It may look bad now, but trust me, this place is a lot more vibrant when you're smoking heroin. On day 11, I go back to Crack Donald's, with a disguise hoping to obtain a job now, as securing a source of income would guarantee heroin for the foreseeable future. Luckily, I'm hired, meaning I can finally start making some emeralds to pay for heroin. I begin working my first shift, but quickly learn that working in the hood is no fun. It's so boring, I make the executive decision to smoke more heroin during my shift. When somebody comes to the counter with some jargon about some chicken nuggets or something, I just tell them we're closed. I should be Employee of the Year for my efficiency, work ethic, and problem-solving skills. It's day 12, and I immediately go back to the plug to stockpile on some more heroin from all the emeralds I've made working. With no rent or utilities to pay, I can afford copious amounts of opium. This is optimized opiate abuse, a real magnum opus. Afterwards, I go back to work to make more money. By day 32, my body has become a machine of labor, creating the very definition of efficiency. I obtain heroin at such an incredible pace, I am unable to smoke it all at the same rate as it's obtained and still live. However, there's a massive setback in the speedrun. My boss catches me shooting up in the back alley of the Crack Donald's. This could be a run killer. I've lost my job, meaning I've lost a reliable stream of opioids into my system. I need to find a solution fast before this kills the run. I search for every corner of the city, looking for something to sell for heroin, but I turn up empty. In a sudden stroke of genius and good luck, I remember that my answering machine is full. I start to wonder if it could be Travis Scott offering me an album deal for 400 billion tons of heroin wax for a 7-second collab. So I rush back home to check my answering machine. I begin listening to my voicemails, but unfortunately it isn't Travis Scott. It's just my husband. He says he's worried or something. He doesn't know where I've gone. He says the kids are starving, there's no roof on the house. Everything was destroyed in a hurricane. I don't know. This is excellent news, as I remember I have an infant son. I quickly gather my things and I rush back to my family to save the speedrun. On day 33, I arrive back at my house in the middle of the night. The walls are mossy, plus blood legitimately has the grass type. Anyways, as I tactically avoid my family's worried expression, I rush inside to find the crib. Luckily, my infant son is sleeping, meaning if I'm stealthy, I can take him with me. Before I can turn around, though...
Why did you even come back?
This is bad. If my husband finds out about my intentions to purchase and smoke more heroin, this could end the run. I came back because I missed my family.
Don't lie. You only care about smoking heroin.
My husband begins waffling on about something. It's really hard to concentrate with all these heroin withdrawals, so I decide I need to focus on the priority. Obtaining means to obtain opioids.
And it's tearing this family apart. You have to go to rehab. You have to do something to break this circle. You can take methadone to counteract the withdrawals while you go through rehab. Just please do something. We care about you.
I will. As soon as I get back to the city, I'll go to rehab. I promise. Don't worry. I won't, guys. I just said this to save some time.
Good. Please, we care about you so much. I care about you. I don't want to see you ruin your life like this. Think about us, if not yourself. Please turn yourself around for us.
I care about you guys. I'll go to rehab right away for the sake of our children. It was at this point into the run I ran into yet another annoying speed bump. My husband won't let me leave with our infant son for some reason. I forgot his name. Anyways, this is not good. I need to find a way to take him back with me. Okay, it's the next day, and I've arrived back at the city with my infant son. I was able to sneak out successfully with him. I go back upstairs to the plug, and luckily, he's accepting the trade. I trade my son for heroin. This is epic. Day 35 is devastating. I obtained so much heroin from selling my infant son that I make a terrible decision. I smoke too much heroin and, well, I played this game on hardcore mode. So when my heart stopped beating and my family wasn't around to save me, I got the death screen. I wasn't able to respond because I was dead on hardcore mode and I hadn't backed up the world. I can't believe what it's come to. This addiction has ruined my life. I lost my job. I sold everything I owned for heroin. I sold my wedding ring, my pickaxe, even my infant son. Addiction has ruined my life.
Celebrities that died from heroin-related occurrences: Lane Staley, Kurt Cobain, Dave Mustaine, technically he died and came back to life because he's resuscitated, Janis Joplin, I don't know who the hell that is, Matthew Perry, he was on Friends. Fun heroin dates: 1874, heroin was discovered by C.R. Alderwright. 1924, heroin was made illegal in the US. 1996, Oxycontin was introduced, which is pretty much super heroin or something. In this video, the signs of addiction were pretty clear. The girl started having heightened anxiety from withdrawals. She saw most / everything as boring. She was much more aggravatable. She stole money. It was pretty bad. She abandoned her family as well. That's pretty bad as well. If it turns out you are addicted to heroin, you should probably go to rehab. You can take methadone to counteract some withdrawal symptoms so you can get back on your feet from devastating addiction. Thank you for watching this video about heroin addiction and the negative effects and stuff it can have, and also how to like get over it, and also like the signs of it. And yeah, you know what I'm talking about.